Prom season is in full effect. It's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah Mix. We've loved seeing some of the pictures that we saw on Facebook and social media over the weekend. It has arrived, and as we talk about it, we know parents will do anything to make sure their kids are taken care of. And we saw this story about Maxine Huggins on WRAL over the weekend, how she actually took her son Darius to prom last weekend.
This is just great for all the right reasons.
Yes, it is.
So her son is autistic. He had been getting some no's from people that he'd asked to go to prom with him. And his mom, Maxine, decided, you know what? I'm going to go to prom with him to make sure he has that experience.
Aww.
And more on that with us right now is Maxine herself. So, Maxine, tell us the backstory and why you decided to say, you know what? I'm going to prom with my son, Darius.
So over some time, Darius had been looking for a date for the prom. And he was getting a lot of no's. He was getting turned down. And at one point, he said, well, Mommy, won't you go with me to the prom?
Aww.
And I said, Darius, moms don't go on proms. And we laughed about it. And the next thing I know, I said, you have time. You'll find someone. And then after some time, he mentioned it to me again. And at that point, I said, will it make you feel comfortable? And when he said yes, that's when a light bulb went off in my head. I said, you know what? I have to do something about this. He's serious. And that's when Moms on Proms was created, because I said to myself, well, you know what? I'll go with you to the prom. If I can't go in, I'll escort you to the prom. And that's what we did. And I started Moms on Proms, and I felt like he wasn't the only one that was experiencing this. And turns out that he is not. It's so many people just across in our community that is experiencing this, from the emails and phone calls and texts that I am receiving. And at that point, Darius and I, we started planning. I said, you know what, I'm going to make this a complete experience for him. So that's when I started planning a prom send-off for him. And our family from all over came, Philadelphia, South Carolina, some in North Carolina here. And we just wanted to celebrate him, to make him feel confident and supported. And it paid off. He was very happy.
Oh, I
All right,
love
everybody.
it. That
In
is
your cars, round of
Good
applause.
mom.
Just killing it. And Moms on Proms,
Thank you.
you mentioned it's gotten a lot of support. A lot of parents have identified with exactly what you went through. What surprised you most, though, about how quickly the idea has taken off and resonated, and those, when it first started taking off, what really struck you?
Mm-hmm. What really struck me was the community, how they just jumped on board to help me get this to the media, because I had been planning this about 3 months ago, and I didn't have the confidence. I'll just say it. I didn't have the confidence to put it out there. I was a little scared. And I said, well, you know what, let's just keep planning his prom send-off. And then 2 nights before, a little voice just said, you better post this. And I posted in a couple of the Raleigh groups. I wish I had them right offhand, because I would love to shout them out. But I do know one is Tri-State Raleigh. It's a black group. And once I posted it, the community went crazy with it. And they picked it up and they started sharing it. And I had some special people, one in particular, her name is Keisha Monk. She seen the story and she just would not let it pass her. As she said, she sent me a press release. She sent me her contact list. And she said, listen, I know you're probably tired because it's 11:30 at night. She said, but you need to email everybody right now so that this can touch the media. And I listened to her. She listened to God, and I listened to her. And I emailed everyone. And when I woke up the next morning, my phone was going crazy.
Awesome.
It was good. Yeah, so I'm really grateful for our community, because they really stepped in and to help me get this to the media. And now they're stepping up saying, what do you need? Because we want to help you. And I love that.
Oh, that's amazing. How did well, I have 2 questions now. So, let me start with the one you just said. What do you need? What do you need? What are things that you think would help this community thrive?
Right now, we're in need of, volunteers. I need people that, either want to volunteer their services for our first annual, because we're planning that now, the first annual prom for Moms on Proms. Mm-hmm. So anybody that want to help in any manner with getting this started, getting, on the actual day, you know, being there for the students, being there for the parents, assisting. I mean, we need everything. Venue spaces, event planners, caterers.
You got stuff to do,
everything you
yeah.
can think of.
Maxine, we got to say, Maxine Huggins with us right now took her son, who's on the autism spectrum, to prom last week, and he had gotten a lot of no's. The mom said, okay, I want to make this happen on my own to make sure he has the night he deserves and all high school students deserve, and that is a night at prom. So I got to ask, so how was the actual prom night once you got there? Did you hit the dance floor? What was that
like?
like?
Amazing. It was amazing. He had so much fun. He stepped out of his vehicle, and he got so much attention.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Really, he felt like a celebrity on his prom night.
I bet he did.
As it should be. I mean, I think autism is having such a real moment right now with like Love on the Spectrum, and
Yes.
you know, it's the awareness that, you know, people with autism are still people, and they deserve to have a rich and full and happy life. And I just love this story. You are an incredible mother.
Maxine.
Oh, thank you so much.
and everybody is going to be looking your way when you get out of a blacked out 2026 Cadillac Escalade.
Oh,
I see how Maxine and her son Darius were rolling out to this
you
prom.
Did he treat you to dinner? Did he pay?
Yeah, he paid.
Boy, my man.
Well, Maxine,
I
thank
ate
you.
on his wallet.
Good.
I
You
did
deserve it.
his wallet. That's a great line. Maxine, thank you for taking the time to join our show
Yes.
today to share those good vibes that you created for your son last weekend, and also showing us that moms will do
Absolutely.
anything they can for their
That's right.
kids, in particular their boys. Maxine, thank you for the time today, and you have a great week, okay?
All right. Thank y'all so much as well.